Okay, so I've written a series of children's books. Usually I write books for adults, like that. Ta-da! That's the craziness that comes out of me. However, a couple of months ago, I cut the holy ham out of my foot. And my little sister Angela and I, she's a horse trainer, and I'm just lazy. Instead of going to the doctor, we just sometimes just go to the vet. She'll go get an inoculation on a horse and say, hey, can you stitch me up? So that's how we roll in the South. Anyway, so I cut my foot. I call Angela. I tell her, how do I take care of it without needing stitches? And she said, you should write a little book about it for children. Because remember when you were a little kid and everything was so much more intense and everything hurt so much worse? I mean, not having health insurance will give you a very high threshold for pain. But when you're a little kid, it's not just, oh my gosh, I can't believe I hurt myself, but it's also terror of what is going to happen. And so I wrote this, ta-da, Flappy, Scabby, and Scarry. And I'm not a parent, but I would like to think that this book would do three things. If you had them in ERs or quick care centers, it would comfort the child, right? It would calm the parent, and it would prepare everybody for the doctor so the histrionics are all under control. And it's less than 10 pages because you're not going to be chilling out in the ER if you've hurt yourself bad, so you have to keep it short. And it'll take away the fear of the unknown. It tells a child exactly what's going to happen. People break their little arms every day. They cut themselves every day. And we all survived, and you will too. That's the message. So I'm going to read them just in case I bust a fiddle string and die. I want at least somebody to know that they exist. Because wouldn't it, well, it actually pissed me off if I died and then this became like a Bill Joy series. But here we go. Flappy, Scabby, and Scarry. Ta-da! All right. For Angela, who gave me the idea. Dedicated it to that bitch. Ow! I fell down and hurt my chin. I cry as I pull back a flap of skin, which is what happened to me. Mama whisks me up and we get in the car. Press it shut, she says. We're going to the ER. When we arrive, we are ushered right through. I'm scared. It hurts. What will they do? The nurse takes my hand and says it's okay, and in no time at all, I'll be back at play. You know what? Let me tell you something real quick. I went to the dollar store and just on a whim, I thought, I'm going to get those little watercolor paints that you had when you were little. And I illustrated all these books. Nothing but dollar store paints. Cost me less than $5 to make this. I just drew it on an index card and then scanned it and tried to erase the lines of the index card. She swabs it carefully with a cotton pad, and it stings a little, but it's not that bad. And then she pressed it as gently as she possibly dared. The blood stops flowing, but I still feel scared. The doctor arrives, and he tilts my head, and then he frowns and asks the nurse for thread. You'll need a few stitches. He gives my shoulder a squeeze. It's gonna hurt, I cry. Oh, no, doctor, please. You gotta do it, boy. He smiles. No, son, we'll numb you first, and you won't feel a thing, promised the nurse. I lie back, and my body shakes and twitches. But in less than 10 minutes, I have 7 new stitches. When I get home, I feel relieved and happy, and I decide to name my little wound, shit, you can't see that, Flappy. Flappy gets cleaned twice a day, and then he's covered up, and I'm allowed to play. 1 week later, the stitches are out of my chin, and Flappy has grown a hard little skin. The strong little helmet gets thicker on Flappy until one day, I wake up and see he's become Scabby. Scabby itches, but Mama tells me don't touch it. But I've found it helped out if I kind of scratched around it, and that does help. Also that and just kneading the shit out of it. Scabby was itchy, sore, and rough, and his little helmet of scab was thick and tough. Because we need that little helmet to protect everything that's trying to go on under it. The mitosis going on. Then one day, Scabby fell off, and I was left with Scarry, all pink and soft, and Scarry is now what's left of Flappy and Scabby, and she has a slight smile as if she's happy. Could I stutter anymore? I mean, I wrote this, right? What do you do? It's what you get for drinking a bunch in the morning, right? Just kidding. She broke free of her shell and has turned into skin, and little Scarry now sleeps at the end of my chin. Ta-da! Mama tells me how brave I was through my healing, and I realize I am, and it's a wonderful feeling. So if you're a little kid and you're hurt too, remember these three are out to help comfort you. Sorry the little boy looks like, I don't know, middle-aged man. I can't help it. I don't know how to draw kids. I'm trying. Well, I'm working on it. I'll get better. Okay, and then the next one, last one, Broken-Boney and Casty. Ta-da! All right. Showing off on the monkey bars, I swing as high as can be. I'm feeling a little bit extra brave. Watch me hang from one knee. And then y'all know what's coming. I'm a little scared, I must confess, but my friends are watching, so I must impress. I'm feeling dizzy, but I've drawn a crowd, and then I slip and fall all the way to the ground. I start to cry, though my friends are there, but my arm hurts so bad I don't even care. Are you okay? They ask in alarm. Go get the teacher. I can't move my arm. And I really wanted to illustrate so the child gets an idea of what's going on the inside with the little arm. It's easy for anyone to understand. The teacher kisses my head and says to be calm, and then she calls 911 and then calls my mom. When I get to the hospital, I'm rushed right through. I'm scared, it hurts. What will they do? Getting a theme here, right? The doctor pressed around as hard as he dared. It didn't hurt that bad, but I still feel scared. He shows me my bone on a picture that's gray, and he tells me this picture is called an X-ray. I see two bones with a space that's missing. He says with a laugh, your bones should be kissing, smoochy smooch. So it kind of takes away the fear. Because I'm such a weenie. If I broke my arm, I'm 38 years old, and I would still probably need this. And you would too. He mixes white plaster that gets hard super fast, and in less than 10 minutes, I have a new cast. Casty acts like a stiff little brace and makes sure Broken-Boney stays in his place. So I walk out with Casty and Broken-Boney, and I tell Mama that Casty, not me, Casty's talking now, wants an ice cream cone. Mama reads this. Oh, hold up. I had this perfect. Got it. Got the pages mixed up, but I've gone too far to record this thing again, so just pretend that didn't happen. On Monday, I take Broken-Boney to school, and Casty is so popular, I feel kind of cool. All my friends sign their names on my cast, and then the bell rings, and we all run to class. The only bad thing about Broken-Boney is that I can't play at recess, and that can feel lonely. When I take my bath, I hang Casty over the side because it is very important that Casty stay dried. Casty gets scratchy, seems like every other minute, and it itches so bad I want to shove something in it. Mama reads us a story and tucks us into bed. She kisses Casty first, and then me on the head. Then one day, Mama comes in and shrieks, "Today is the day. Casty's been on 6 weeks." So then they go to the doctor, and that's when he pulls out that big scary saw. The doctor pulled out a saw, and I jumped in fright. But it didn't hurt a bit. My arm felt so light. And the doctor says that although I'm limber, to keep old Casty so that I will always remember that it only takes a second to hurt myself bad, and it is not worth all the pain and drama I had. Mama tells me how brave I was through my healing, and I realize I am, and it's a wonderful feeling. So if you're a little kid and you broke a bone too, Casty is on the way to help you pull through. And as soon as I find a publisher for this, Toothache is next. All right, hope that helped. If somebody gets hurt, just leave me a comment, and I'll print this stuff out and just mail it to you. right, y'all take care. Be careful. Do not break any bones. Do not show off. Like my motorcycle shirt, my philosophy is this. You have two different kinds of motorcycle riders. You have old riders and you have bold riders. But if you'll notice, you don't ever see any old bold riders. No, do you? Take care. Be careful.